Like every year, you just try to do a little better yourself, and if you can, you'll probably be successful. You know, we used to try to gain, 2 to 5 miles an hour every year from somewhere. You know, if we could do that, we'd usually stay ahead of the competition. Mostly, we're trying to keep the boat bolted together. We've worked on a lot of safety gear. You can see probably behind me, we're replacing the glass and belts and going through all the steering and buying new steering components and canard components and building spares. If you look around the shop, you'll see more fairings, more wings, more cowlings, just more stuff. And so we go through a lot of that. Meanwhile, we're developing technically, so we try to develop better fins, better rudders, better propellers, better engines, better nozzles, better atomizers, better everything, so that we'll try to gain, in the net, in the net gain, that we're trying to find that 2 to 5 miles an hour. If we can do that, we'll probably be dominant. If we don't, we won't. That's racing. It's a resilient sport. It's been called dead many times, and somehow it keeps surviving, and it does because it's a spectacular sport, and it's gotten very competitive, and it's gotten fun to watch, and people enjoy that. They see it as a value. For a long time, NASCAR was the 800-pound gorilla. It was sucking up all of the sponsorship, and now we see that they're having trouble filling stands, and they're having trouble with sponsorship, and as those contracts come near their end, it's more difficult for them to re-sign those contracts. They've gotten so big and so intricate in all of their teams, and how many people it takes to run one, and how much money it costs to do it. It's difficult for them to go backwards. They were growing in such leaps and bounds that it's been a problem. And what that does for us is we become a very, very good buy, because we're pretty lean, and we're able to do things for much less dollars, sponsorship-wise, for races, for race teams, than anybody else can do. So that's where we're positioned well. It's always been difficult competing with other forms of motorsport, and that's again why one of the things that we're doing by going international. We're not competing in those markets against football, baseball, basketball, hockey, NASCAR, NHRA. We're not competing against most of those venues. We're mostly competing against soccer or European football. So we're in a good position there, and I think that having a series sponsor and having a television series certainly gives you the potential to do much better in the sponsorship area, where without television you have no chance whatsoever. I was happy to get close, like I said before, and it was kind of cool that I was able to win my 62nd race, in the World Championships, in the Qatar boat, for the people of Qatar. You couldn't have probably set up a better story than that. Winning from outside, everything was, the deck was stacked pretty high there, and so that was kind of cool. That number 62 to match Bill was, a pretty cool race. So if I win another one, that'll be cool too. I don't know when or where that might happen. Certainly it's likely. We're preparing to go as fast as we can. We're hoping the boat will be faster than ever before. We've worked on a lot of equipment, engine, propeller, and otherwise, that we should go significantly faster. But everybody else has probably done that too. So we'll just try to just race like we always do, and see how it works out. But I think it was really cool for me to get even with Bill Muncey, and to be able to match his Gold Cup win number and the 62 wins in the same year. That was pretty cool. I don't know that it means a lot, but it's pretty cool to me. And so if I win another one, that'll be great. But I was really happy just to get sort of in the same club. I tried to, really personally get the, refuse to lose sort of attitude. In my 62nd win was just refuse to lose. Make them run the race, and make them beat you. And sometimes, it works out. In fact, a lot of times it works out. But if you choose to lose, you will lose.